Yes. Please, Jenny Levinsky, this is my report.
Ms. Lewinsky, if you wouldn't mind, just, you can go stand right inside the witness box and just remain standing until I've sworn you in, okay? Thanks. And then if you please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear, do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give to this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? And please state your full name, spelling your last name, and give your home address for the record.
Sure. Jenny Lewinsky, Lovinsky. I live at 5 Ellen Street, Massapequa, New York, 11758.
Ms. Lewinsky.
Thank you.
We have a microphone there for use, so please use it. And Mr. Doobie, go right ahead.
Thank you, Judge. Good morning, Jenny.
Good morning.
You are the daughter of Marie Sannon, correct?
That is correct.
Okay, and do you live with her?
Yes,
And who else lives with you guys, with you ladies?
me and my sister.
Is that your sister Ann?
Yes,
Okay. And this is a home that your family owns?
yes.
Does your mother contribute to the household financially?
Well, she used to.
How so?
She used to give 50% of the rent, mortgage.
And was that from work, from her work?
Yes.
Where did she work?
She had two jobs. So she worked at a factory and as a home health aide.
And was that factory at Linzer Products?
Yes,
Okay, did she work there full time?
yes,
40 hours a week?
yes.
And the home health aide, how often did she work?
She worked every weekend, about 12 hours a day,
On Saturday?
and Sundays.
Both?
Yes,
What, okay, I believe she testified it was every other Sunday. Every Saturday and every other Sunday.
yes.
Is that accurate?
On the days that she worked overtime for Linzer, she will not work as a home health aide. But when she does not work as a for overtime, then she'll be working.
Okay. And as a result of her accident on August 23rd of 2016, was she able to return to work?
Kind of. She did in 2017, but she had to go back on short-term disability.
Okay, so let's talk about that. Do you know when in 2017 she returned to work? And I assume you're speaking of Linzer, correct?
Yes, around May.
Okay. If I told you it was May 23rd of 2017, does that refresh your recollection?
That'll be correct.
Okay. And did there come a time, you said she went out on short-term disability. How did that happen?
Well, when she went back to work, that day I went with her, they told her they cannot have her here because they cannot accommodate for her disability.
Was that because the job required standing
Yes,
and she was unable to stand?
but she could not stand at all
Okay.
at that time.
Or, and she did file for short-term disability?
Yes,
And when that ran out, did she ever file for unemployment benefits?
she did.
Okay. Did that run out as well?
Yes.
Okay. What was her job at Linzer?
She was she worked at an assembly line where she assembled the products,
What product is it?
brushes and rollers. It's things that you use to paint your house, basically.
Okay. Do you know how much she was paid, what her hourly rate was?
I believe 10 an hour.
Okay. And what was her hourly rate at People Care for the home health aide?
11.
Is your mom now dependent upon you?
Yes, I do everything for her. As for her activity of daily living, bathing her, cooking for her, cleaning her house, taking her shopping, her doctor's appointment, etc. You name it, I do it.
The child becomes the parent, so to speak.
Yes.
Objection.
We can strike that.
Have you observed difficulty that your mom has with walking?
Yes, I don't know if you did observe her coming here. She compensates a lot on her right side because her left leg is not good.
Does she utilize a cane or a walker or any other device?
She uses a cane.
Do you know the name Dr. Noah Finkel?
Sounds familiar.
Did you accompany your mother to a doctor's appointment at Dr. Finkel's office on April 2nd, 2024?
I did, but at that time, they did not let me in for the first portion of it. And I believe that he started talking to my mom, and my mom does not understand a lot of the things that he was saying to her.
Did you ask to go into the room?
I did.
Okay, and what happened? Did
He objected, and after a while, I believe that he spoke to someone or a lawyer, and I was permitted to come in, and I was not allowed to speak.
Okay. Who else was with you?
I was there besides my mom, I was there with Fred.
Fred Ainsley.
Yes,
Okay. And did you help to provide some sort of history for your mom?
I did, but like I said, he started talking to my mom way before then.
Okay, no, I'm talking just when you were in the room, though.
Yes,
We understand
I was
that.
able to provide a history,
Oh, okay.
kind of.
And did you serve as an interpreter at that point?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Did there come a time when Dr. Finkel examined your mother?
Kind of, but not really. But she was in pain, and he kept on pushing it, and I had to tell him to stop.
How long did the examination take in terms of minutes, if you know?
I was there less than, I'll say, 20-ish minutes, but not fully.
Okay. And of the 20-ish minutes, there was some talking where you were helped to provide a history, correct?
Yes,
And you also, did you also assist in expressing to the doctor what your mom's present complaints of pain were?
yes, I did.
And this was after her knee replacement surgery, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, so we're talking about just April, 4 months ago, right?
Yes, it was very fresh.
Okay. So if you were there 20 minutes in total, could you estimate for us how many minutes was the examination?
Well, it was mostly less than 5 minutes.
Okay, all right, that's fine. Have you noticed any changes in your mother's demeanor since this accident?
Yes, my mom has become very sad because she's no longer able to provide, and my mom is a very prideful woman. As people that's from the Caribbean, that's one of the things that they pride themselves, helping your child, pushing through. She was able to pay, helping us through school, etc. She's no longer able to do those things for us, and that upsets her.
Okay. Have you lived with your mom your entire life?
Yes,
How old are you?
30 years old.
Okay. Has your mother ever traveled to Jamaica?
No,
If there was an entry in a hospital record that said she traveled to Jamaica, would that entry be correct or incorrect?
that would be wrong.
Okay. Has your mother, to your knowledge, ever had any prior injuries to her left knee?
No,
If an entry said she had a multi-ligamentous injury in Jamaica, would that entry be correct or incorrect?
that would be incorrect.
Okay. As a result of this accident on August 23rd, 2016, do you know the injuries that were sustained?
Yes.
What is your understanding of the injuries?
Well, my mom is mostly disabled. She is no longer able to do tasks, normal tasks, because she was a home health aide.
But I mean specifically, was this a left knee dislocation?
Yes,
And did that also cause multi-ligament damage
yes,
on August 23rd, 2016?
that is correct.
Were there, hospital bills?
Yes,
Do you happen to know the total amount of the hospital bills?
I do not have it in my head, but I know there is, out-of-pocket expenses, PT, that we paid for, and some of them are bills that we had to pay for, ambulance and, her surgeries that we have. I have
Do you know any of the totals of those bills?
about, for the ambulance, I know it's 5K or plus.
Okay, approximately $5,000?
Yes,
And how much out of pocket are you talking about, like for co-pays?
yes, besides co-pays and, physical therapy that we pay out of pocket as well.
And the co-pays were approximately $1,800 thereabouts? Okay. Do you know if the hospital, if Good Sam Hospital, submitted bills for approximately $90,000 or $100,000?
That is correct.
And do you know if Palermo Physical Therapy submitted bills?
Objection, Your Honor. I don't know how this witness is competent to testify about how Palermo or Good Sam submitting bills.
To the extent she has the knowledge, you can testify.
Do you know if Palermo Physical Therapy sent bills?
Yes,
Okay. And how about Orland and Cohen, the surgeons?
yes, they send bills as well. And I'm the one that received my mom's bills.
Okay. Do you handle all of your mom's paperwork for her?
Yes, I do.
It's fair to say you open all the mail?
Yes, I read and explain everything to her.
Okay. How many surgeries has your mother had as a result of this accident?
3.
Okay. Could you tell us all 3?
Yes, so the first one was when her knee got dislocated at Good Sam. They had to place it back with some rods, yes. So she had like pins in her leg, and her leg was straightened for about a month or so. And they had to take her back, remove those rods from her leg, and she was in PT for some time. And she needed a ligament replacement and also a total knee replacement.
Okay. The total knee replacement, is that the surgery you're referring to on December 19th of 2023 by Orland and Cohen, Dr. Joseph Munn?
Yes,
Okay, when you said she was in PT, was that at a facility called Excel in Woodbury?
yes,
Did you provide her any assistance while she was at Excel?
yes, because the lack of staff, I'll go every morning and leave as late as until they chase me away. I'll stay there, bring her food, feed her, bathe her, help her use the bathroom, etc.
Okay. For a very short time in 2023, was your mother asked to provide any services by People Care?
Yes,
And what was the nature of those services?
she'll go and sit with some patients because they have hospice patients because she needed the money.
Okay, and did your mother provide companionship or any other services?
Well, mostly companionship.
Do you know whether or not your mother is going to need a future surgery at some point?
Yes, after her
Objection.
Sustained.
Okay. With respect to dealing with the hospital, would your mother ever inform them that English is the preferred language and she does not need an interpreter?
That would be incorrect because I'm always with her to translate for her.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Just a few questions. Good morning, Mr. Linsky.
Good morning.
You love your mother very much.
Of course I do.
Okay. And she loves you very much.
Yes,
And she'd do anything for you,
yes.
and you
I
do
always-
anything for her.
Yes,
Okay.
anyways.
So, with regards to Dr. Finkel and your visit, in his report, he says the claimant and her attorney are also accompanied by the claimant's daughter who functions as a French and Creole translator. Is that not correct?
That is correct.
Okay, so you functioned as a translator that day for your mother.
They didn't have any interpreter on site. I had to.
Okay. So you were able to translate for your mother for Dr. Finkel. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Okay. And was there anything Dr. Finkel got wrong in his report based on his conversations with your mother?
Would you tell me if he had something wrong? with
I don't
the
know.
report?
I'm asking you if you know.
Has she seen the report? Objection.
We don't know if she's familiar with it.
Right.
Okay. Let me ask you, did you know if your mother attempted to get other types of work that didn't require her to stand?
Well, she could not work.
Why couldn't she work?
She is disabled.
Okay, but you'd agree with me that if there were a job that could be done sitting at a table or sitting down, that she should be able to do a job like that, correct?
Well, if you find a job like that for her, yes.
Well,
definitely.
my question is, did your mother look for those types of jobs?
Yes, she tried.
Okay, and how did she attempt to do that?
By applying for
I'm
jobs.
sorry?
By applying for jobs.
And none of those came through.
If you come with a cane, then they cannot accommodate you. They're not gonna tell you go home, but obviously she could not get the job.
But my question was for a job that they wouldn't care that you had a cane, right? That you would sit somewhere and do paperwork or whatever it is. Did she apply for those type of jobs?
Well, she never did those jobs before. She never had training to do those kind of jobs.
Did she seek training?
Well, with my understanding, English is the preferred language here in America. If you do not speak English, certain jobs will not take you.
Okay, so there's no other type of work that she could apply for? Okay, nothing further.
Nothing further. Thank you, Judge.
Step in. Mr. Ruby, do you have anything else on your case?
No, no further witnesses, Judge.
You rest.
Yeah, but before I rest, I would just make a curative application to conform all the pleadings to the facts adduced at trial. As a catch-all, but plaintiff would rest.
Mr. Hutchinson, for the town.
I'm sorry?
Do you have anybody?
I have no one further from the town.
All right, that means the case is in, okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to explain, we got going late this morning. I'm dealing with some legal issues, okay? And we're going to take another break now to, I have to do some, hopefully 15 minutes. At which point, I'm going to have you come back